We all know Starbucks has a great coffee shop, but actually it started out as a coffee bean and machine seller. Then how Starbucks become a coffee giant? And who is the hero behind that idea? Hello amazing viewers, I'm Femina. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe our channel and join our infotainment journey. It is not Starbucks coffee you're getting, it is the Starbucks experience. With nearly 33,000 stores in 78 countries, Starbucks is one of the fastest growing companies in the US. The company skyrocketed from 17 stores in 1987 to 32,938 by 2021. So, how exactly did the brand achieve such phenomenal growth? And more importantly, what can we learn from it? As everyone knows, Starbucks is the most popular coffee shop around. With that, most people don't know where Starbucks came from, how did the company start. The year is 1971. Three college friends, Zev Siegel, Jerry Baldwin, and Gordon Bowker, decided to get into the coffee business to sell high quality coffee beans and equipment. Inspired by the successful entrepreneur Alfred Peet, the founder of another coffee giant, Peet's Coffee. So, with Peet's help, the three friends opened Starbucks, a coffee bean shop and roastery at Seattle's famous Pike Place Market in 1971. During this time, the company only sold roasted whole coffee beans and did not yet brew coffee to sell. But that changed with the addition of one man, Howard Schultz. Schultz was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1953. The child of two high school dropouts, Schultz grew up in a public housing project. At age 7, Schultz came home one day to find his father laying on the couch with a metallic cast from his hip to his ankle after being injured on the job. His father was a former US Army trooper and then a truck driver with no workman's compensation, no severance, and no health insurance. Schultz told graduates at Arizona State University in 2017. His childhood was spent around poverty, and the financial strain on the family left Howard scared with terrible memories of his childhood. In high school, Howard played football that earned him an athletic scholarship for Northern Michigan University. Upon starting college, Schultz realized he did not want to play football and chose to major in communications. To pay for school, he took out student loans, worked as a bartender, and also sold his blood for money a couple of times. After graduation, the future entrepreneur spent 3 years working as a sales manager at Xerox, then joined Hamama Plast, a Swedish company. Hamama Plast sold various home appliances that included selling coffee machines to Starbucks. And here's where Howard discovered Starbucks. Starbucks caught Howard's attention when it placed an order for a large number of coffee machines. This led him to fly to Seattle and offer to work for them. In 1982, the Starbucks owners hired Howard as the Director of Retail Operations and Marketing. At the time, there were only 5 Starbucks stores. In 1983, he traveled to Milan, Italy as a business trip to explore the market for coffee machines and was impressed by the way an Italian coffee served the espresso in a romantic atmosphere and the barista that made the coffee. So he traveled back to US trying to convince Starbucks owners to do the same, but the owners rejected his idea. In 1985, and after several trials, they accepted to implement his idea only in the new 6th store in Seattle. And from there, the first Starbucks coffee cup was served, and Howard continued trying to convince Starbucks owners to apply the same idea in all branches and they rejected again. Although the sixth branch was generating income almost equal to the other five branches. In late 1985, Howard resigned and launched his own coffee brand named Isle Journal. Over $1.6 million was required to get Isle Journal up and running. Schultz describes his struggle. In the course of the year, I spent trying to raise money. I spoke to 242 people and 217 of them said no, he wrote. Try to imagine how disheartening it can be to hear that many times why your idea is not worth investing in. It was a very humbling time. In 1987, Starbucks went bankrupt and was purchased by Isle Journal for $3.8 million. Howard started developing the business in his own passion. He was only 34 at the time. He focused on making Starbucks the third place. The place where coffee lovers want to hang out and relax in the comfy chair while listening to the latest indie playlist and work with laptop. That's the type of cultivated experience Starbucks provides. It's cool, clean, atmospheric, the baristas are friendly, and the coffees have nice names. Starbucks spends more on healthcare insurance than on coffee beans for its full and part-time employees. Today, you cannot walk around a city without seeing a branch of Starbucks where the coffee smell attracts you to jump in and take a cup of your desired drink from Starbucks. In 2021, Howard Schultz's net worth is approximately $5.4 billion. From Starbucks employee to owner, Howard Schultz's journey is a real inspiration for us.